So in this video, we're going to do a small garden walkthrough of everything we're growing. So we've already sort of shown you the tomato area, where we have some pink brandywines, I believe these are, growing here. They started having the same issue of uh, blight or disease or something, so a number of the leaves got cut off. We have a nice little tomatoes going there. And then we have this one right here is a Tom's Wild Cherry tomatoes, I believe. And they produce a nice little red tomato. And then we got the Super 1 million or Super 1000 tomatoes. And of course our basil and giant marigold. We have some strawberries. And a zucchini that sort of died and has come back. Okay, and here we have a watermelon. It's a sugar baby or something like that. It's a small variety watermelon. If it gets any bigger than this, we'll create a little net to hold them. And then beside the watermelon, we have some lemon cucumbers, which are delicious. And then here we have a slicing variety of cucumber. We're growing some big cucumbers that are ready to harvest. We have a loofah plant growing. A cucamelon, he's just never got kicked off. I don't know what's happening with him. The tomato we planted in the last video. In the bed, we have some onions, another basil, because we had an extra basil to plant. Bell pepper, which actually getting bell peppers. All the ferns in the back are asparagus. This started out as an asparagus bed, and we added stuff to it because it wasn't full. Then we have a jalapeno with tons of jalapenos. We have, I think this is dragon, what is it? Dragon cayenne. We have a red one down here. And then we also have a cat in our bed who's eating the asparagus, which I think he shouldn't be doing.
Here. Come on. Let's go.
So with the asparagus, the giant fern bushes we have here, we got these 2 years ago. We got them as just a root set and planted them up. First year, last year, we didn't expect to get anything, and we got a couple sprouts and a few ferns. And then this year, we were able to harvest like 3 or 4 sprouts, and then just decided to let it go and fern up. And now we have these giant trees growing in our garden bed. And then over here, we have some stir-fry broccolis. And then we have a row going along here as I trip of Brussels sprouts. And then this is our small little garden. This is our 2nd year of doing it. Over by our porch, we have a raspberry bush. Tried setting up a little barrier to hold up the raspberry canes, but I think I made it a little too short. Probably needs to come up like a foot or so. In the center blocks, we just have basil, lots of basil planted. Blueberry bush here, though the birds got all the blueberries this year. But this is the 2nd year for the blueberry bush.
Okay, and then we're gonna move on to our porch that has a bunch of herbs and other miscellaneous things. Like here we've got our mixed lettuce, we've got some arugula, and over here we've got some spinach planted that will be coming up shortly, hopefully, because we are on our last harvest of lettuce before those die out.
Yeah.
And then next to that, we've got our more red onions, but the batch we got, the bulbs, just came with so many that we didn't have enough room in the raised bed. So we just went ahead and planted them in this bag. So these are some thick fabric bags. What are they made out of?
Don't know.
Just some thick fabric. But yeah, you can put your soil in there and plant some plants. And in this case, we got some onions that we're gonna plant as bunching onions. And then moving on to our herbs, we've got our parsley. And then these things, these are these hanging baskets that you could actually take these and stack them under each other. So, but we went ahead and went the route of just putting them along the railing here. So next we have our dill plant, and then our oregano, some garlic chives, cilantro, which is trying to flower, which it always seems like whenever it's producing really good leaves of cilantro, I'm not cooking anything that has cilantro in it. And then whenever I do need cilantro, it's this sad looking stuff. Oh yeah, we've got another one coming in after this one. And then thyme. And we have a larger planter here with this rosemary plant. Has now been in our family for about three generations now. It's lived in our raised bed. It's lived in its own planter. Now it's made it into this planter with some basil and sage. Yep, sage. Oh, and you might have noticed we have this is a composting bin. We got 2 of these by attending a composting class. And we have one set up. We haven't gotten this one set up yet, but we'll do a video covering our composting area. So stay tuned for more great videos.